Every person who stepped onto this bridge vanished. No footprints, no screams, no trace, just silence. I never believed in vanishing places until I stood at the edge of Raven's Hollow Bridge. They say time stops when you walk across it, but it's not time that disappears. It's you. No news crews come here anymore. Locals don't talk. And no one crosses it twice. Let's rewind. Raven's Hollow, West Virginia. Population 763. Fog-shrouded hills. Pine trees like sentries. And one rule everyone knows: don't speak its name after dark. They mean the bridge. They always mean the bridge. Built in 1904, steel trusses, 600 feet across Blackthorn Gorge. It was meant to unite two rail lines. Instead, it divided a town, because on the 3rd of July, 1927, a freight train crossed I-10, never arrived. No crash, no debris, just silence. 100 tons of steel and coal vanished mid-span. That night, Raven's Hollow lit its lantern. Sand never put them away. Something ancient had awakened. The search lasted weeks. Divers went down. Climbers searched the cliffside. But there was nothing to find. Not even a rail spike. Then, one morning, a rescue worker screamed. They found his boots. Still laced, still warm, empty. Since then, the disappearances have followed a pattern. Always at dusk. Always alone. Never in pairs. Dogs won't cross. Compasses spin. And cell signals die as soon as you step onto the steel. In 1956, 3 boys dared each other to cross at midnight. Only one came back, naked, shaking, and whispering a single phrase. They're in the fog. Don't look at their eyes. He never spoke again. They called it psychogenic amnesia. But his pupils were always dilated. Even in sunlight. His nails scratched help into his hospital wall 37 times. Locals don't call it Raven's Hollow Bridge. They call it the latch. Because once it locks onto you, it doesn't let go. You feel it. Even now, telling this story, I feel it. I came here to investigate. Podcaster, truth seeker. I've walked cursed roads, camped by haunted lakes. But this place doesn't haunt. It waits. Patient. Endless. When I first saw the bridge, it looked wrong. The angles didn't add up. It was rusted, but pristine. Silent, but humming. Like something was breathing inside the steel. I walked halfway across. The air shifted. Cold, dense. My breath fogged, even in July. That's when I saw them. Footprints. Barefoot. Pressed into the iron. As if melted there. I touched one. Instant pain. Like ice on bone. And then, a whisper. Not outside. Inside my head. It said, "Why did you leave me?" I ran. Not because of fear. Because something felt curious. As if the bridge itself was turning to look. And what it saw, it liked. Back in town, I met Clara Holloway. She lost her brother Marcus in '89. He was a skeptic. Brought a camcorder. The footage? 11 minutes of static. Then one clear whisper. "Don't follow me." She kept the tape, but every time she plays it, the ending changes. Sometimes it's laughter, sometimes sobbing, and once she swears she heard her own voice whispering back. I spoke to Father Elias, the last priest in Raven's Hollow. Blind since birth. He said the bridge was built on a threshold. Not heaven, not hell, a third thing. He wouldn't say more. Locals used to call this place the Maw. Like a mouth, something that opens and feeds, That word appears again and again in journals, carvings, even old church hymns. Maw, feed, silence. State tried to demolish it in 1994. Brought in crews, concrete saws, generators. By dawn, the entire crew was gone. No tire tracks, no equipment, only one word carved into the ground: stay. A physicist from Ohio tried to study it in 2008, called it a localized probability rupture. She vanished 3 days later. Her last tweet? Just a string of numbers and a scream. There are maps, but the bridge doesn't show up. Google Maps reroutes. GPS dies. Even compass needles vibrate instead of spin. It's not just lost. It wants to be lost. Some say it's a portal. To what? No one knows. But they claim you see people on the bridge. Not ghosts. Reflections. Versions of yourself you almost became. I once left a voice recorder there overnight. 10 hours of wind. Then a child's voice. Daddy, I don't have kids. No one else knew I was there. A woman named Ginny Burns disappeared on the bridge in 1971. They found her wedding ring miles away, embedded inside a tree trunk. No saw marks. No break. Just inside. The river below the bridge never floods, never dries, never changes depth. Hydrologists call it a static flow anomaly. Locals call it the throat. What goes in doesn't come out. I've interviewed 47 people about the bridge. 21 refused to talk. 9 cried. And 1 laughed until he passed out. The rest all said the same thing. It's watching. There are carvings in the steel. Names. Latin. Some phrases repeated dozens of times. Non revertetur. Open in silence. And one I can't forget. You were never alone. Even the trees near the bridge grow differently. Away from it. Twisted like they're recoiling. And every winter, the snow melts first near the center span. As if heat, or something else, bleeds from it. A boy named Eli wandered onto the bridge in 2015. Age 6. Gone in minutes. Parents said he was chasing a shadow person. His shoe was found days later on a church roof. People report hearing music near the bridge, but not human music. It sounds like wires singing, or whine through hollow bones. Always just behind you. Always fading when you turn. No bird's nest near the bridge. No animals cross. Not even raccoons. Something in them knows. And the deeper into the gorge you go, the less the forest sounds like a forest. What does the bridge want? Some say stories. Others say pain. But the old ones, the real elders of Raven's Hollow, they believe something's trapped inside. Something that needs a company. There's a photo. Old. Torn. Shows a woman in 1912 standing on the bridge. Behind her, 3 shadows. But she was alone that day. Her journal? They followed me home, but I never saw their faces. Historians tried to close the case, filed it under structural collapse myth. But one of them went missing during an on-site survey. The last word in his field notes. Knocking. That's another thing. People report knocking on the steel. Always rhythmic. Like Morse code. But no one's ever decoded it. Because no one's ever stayed long enough to write it down. A drone was sent across once. Made it 80% of the way. Then the footage froze. Final frame? An eye. Massive. Black. Reflecting the drone like a fly in a mirror. Nighttime is worst. The bridge moans. Groans like it's stretching. Or yawning. Some say it's alive. Others say it's dreaming. And we're the dream. When I returned last week, I brought chalk. Marked my steps. Forward, then back, but halfway across, my marks disappeared, like someone erased only mine, or replaced them with something similar. My recorder picked up strange background tones, not just whispers, chants, layered, low-frequency voices saying the same phrase in reverse Latin, "Come be undone." I started dreaming of the bridge. Every night, it grows longer, and something waits at the center. A silhouette, holding out its hand, always just out of reach. One exorcist called it a tertiary wound. Not a place, a fracture, a scar in the world. He wouldn't approach it. Said it's not hell, but the waiting room outside of it. I tried crossing with a partner. We held hands. Halfway, her grip loosened. When I looked, she was gone. No sound, no struggle, just one whisper behind me. "Now you're next." I met a ranger who patrols near the hollow. He quit after hearing his own voice echo from the bridge. Except it wasn't what he said. It was what he feared. Old miners used to avoid the ravine. They said the ground hummed with hunger. One journal from 1892 reads, "The rocks twitch at night, the gorge grins wide. Even dreams fade faster after you've been there." I can't remember my mother's face, or my apartment door, but I remember the bridge. Every line, every nail. Once I recorded silence from the bridge, played it back in reverse. It wasn't silence. It was 1,000 voices whispering one name. Mine. Locals say the bridge has a keeper, a figure seen just beyond the fog. Tall, thin, eyes like dying stars. He doesn't move, but the bridge does around him. I once tied a rope around my waist. Walked 20 feet. The rope unraveled and floated upward. Like gravity had changed direction. Or like I had. Psychics avoid the bridge. One tried to read its energy and vomited blood. Another passed out from pure noise. Said it sounded like a million mouths chewing. I left a mirror on the bridge. Came back the next day. Cracked but not shattered. Inside it, my reflection. But blinking on delay, 3 seconds behind. I found a doll near the bridge once. Eyes stitched shut. When I picked it up, I heard laughter from the forest. Children's voices. But Raven's Hollow hasn't had a school in 50 years. They say the bridge chooses. You don't decide to disappear. It invites you, calls you, and when you hear your name, it's already too late. A shaman once tried to seal it. Burned sage, drew symbols. It laughed. The wind shifted and carved the smoke into runes. One of them translated to, "Stay open." Why do I keep returning? I don't know. It's not just curiosity. It feels personal. Like it remembers me. Like it needs me. The steel vibrates when you step on it. Just enough to feel in your bones. Not fear. Resonance. Like it's tuning you. One woman claims she saw her lost husband on the bridge. He waved. She ran to him. But halfway there, he turned and had no face. I brought a candle, lit it at dusk. No wind, but the flame bent sideways, toward the center. Then it split in two. Two shadows from one flame. There's a stone tablet under the bridge's north footing, unreadable until nightfall. Then glowing letters appear. Old, twisting, like language had melted. I played the bridge a lullaby. Soft violin. It echoed and changed key. Dissonant. Like a music box breaking open. There's a well nearby, covered in iron bars. Locals say that's where the first builder disappeared. His hammer was found embedded in the well's roof. At 3:33 a.m., I hear footsteps on my porch. Always slow. Always 6 steps. But no one's ever there. and they're always wet. A psychic once whispered to me, "You've crossed it, haven't you? Even if only in dreams." I didn't answer, but something in me smiled. I asked a dying man in town what the bridge really was. He only said, "It's the memory of something that didn't survive being forgotten." Then he died, smiling. I once stood at the center, felt nothing. No fear, no time, just unbeing, as if I wasn't erased but rewritten. If you whisper your fears aloud, the bridge remembers. And next time, it shows you, not to scare you, to welcome you. I've seen my reflection watching me from behind. Only when I blink, only when I'm close, like it wants me to know it's learning. The bridge doesn't need chains or warnings, because its greatest weapon is wonder. You don't run from it. You lean closer. I think I understand now. It's not a bridge. It's a decision. And once you think about crossing, part of you already has. So I leave this recording, not as a warning, as an invitation, because once you hear its name, truly hear it, it will start whispering yours back. And if one night you dream of cold steel and distant fog, if a shape holds out its hand in silence, don't be afraid. Just listen, because you're already standing on the bridge that makes people vanish. Thank you for listening. If this story stayed with you, subscribe for more mysteries that whisper in the dark, and I'll see you in the next episode.